Hey, hello and welcome back to another episode of Bryn's Karting Adventures. This time the finals at Buckmore Park. And yeah, you did read that right. I did make it into the B final, so this is my first B final of the year. Super happy with that. My goal for the season was to make it into two B finals, so with round 4 and being halfway towards the goal, I was very happy indeed. So we're about to start the final. I don't know what a B final consists of. I mean, it's probably a little bit more aggressive than the C final, but let's see what happens. So I've lost a bit of time here to Cocker a bit in front of me, and somebody's gone flying around the outside there, and for the first time I think that I've seen a Buckmore, somebody's actually made that work. We've got Sam Slater on the outside there, just muscling his way past and making that work for him. I wasn't able to follow him through, unfortunately, and then got caught out on the curbs here, which I think I got a warning for, and somebody's trying to do wheelies on the inside there. In all of that, I lose a bunch of places, and Justin Draper and Amy Breacher have managed to get past in front. Both competitors of mine in Class 3, and they're very close on points at the moment, so yeah, it's all to play for. So I just try to catch up a little bit, because I seem to have lost some time there through Garda, and it wasn't through lack of trying, but I don't know what really happened. I may have got some contact from behind that slowed me up a little bit, but from now on it's just a case of let's see if I can settle into this race and make the most out of my first B final of the year. I think Justin in front just tagged somebody out of the way there and gave the space back, but then he almost loses that place back to Amy as well, so a little bit of dicing up in front, and yeah, I wasn't really able to make inroads at that point. I tried to go for a move there, but it was never going to work, so I slotted it back in. But coming into Garda, I think somebody has a lunge down the inside of me, so I had to give them space, which then turned out to us both actually losing a lot of time, and we lost probably about a second and a half there to Amy in front, and yeah, not great at this point. It's never good to lose time to somebody in front, but early on it's not too bad. I mean, you can still make up some time because there's still going to be battles in front of you, and yeah, people will hold each other up. So let's see where this takes us. Somebody's made a mistake out of the second hairpin, which again brings me back into play. So I see if I can send it down the inside of Simon's sweep, which is a little bit risky. It did take a lot of kind of muscling here. Did try to make the move in paddock, but it didn't quite work. Somebody went around the outside of us there as well, and again through Garda I lose more time through battling, and the group ahead just get a little bit of a march on us, and we lose again about a second. So after making that time up, we lost it again. So yeah, I'm trying to just again settle into it a little bit, and see if we can bridge that gap back up to the group in front. We'll skip forward to the start of lap 10 here, and I think I've got Martin Theodorou behind me, and I'm protecting into turn 1, so I know he's quite close. But then for some reason I just didn't really protect too much into the first hairpin, and he comes flying past me. I thought, maybe I can get a cutback, but yeah, I didn't quite have enough speed to actually make it stick for the second hairpin, and he obviously gives me the waggle finger that we've seen before, and it was now just a case of pushing him along a little bit, or at least I thought. But obviously Martin's a Class 1 driver, and I'm just a lonely C3 driver, so it was actually just going to be tough for me to stick with him. But I try my best, and yeah, they're starting to battle up in front. I think it's Sam and Amy Breacher up in front, battling away there, so it's starting to pull them back towards us. I'm trying my best to just keep with Martin up in front of me, and yeah, sure enough, the gap's actually closed down quite considerably now, and we're only really about 4 or 5 laps from the end probably at this point. So time is running out, but it's good that we're coming back into play here a little bit. So at this point I think I'm in 17th place, with this group in front. There's a lot of positions on offer, but as ever it's always going to be tricky to actually get past that many people. So I'm just following, trying to see if there's going to be any opportunity up in front of us when the battling ensues. See if I can follow even Martin through at some point. But I've dropped a little bit back off the back of Martin in front of me, which is not ideal. So you're not quite close enough to get the opportunity to get past. Like that, for example. I mean, I could have followed Martin through there, but it didn't quite work because I wasn't quite close enough. So I had to make do with sitting here behind my arch nemesis, it seems, in Club 100. I think I'm going to get bored of seeing his blue and pink overalls by the end of the season. But it seems to be that I'm always behind and never in front. But yeah, Ami does a lot of racing, so I'm quite happy that I'm keeping pace at this point. I see that she's out almost every weekend doing a race of some sort, so this for me is good. Being able to keep pace with another Class 3 driver in front of me is always a good thing. So Martin's making some moves again into Garda, and we're still not quite close enough to take full advantage of that. Emmy's almost getting there, but she gets a little bit balked there. So I'm right on her tail at this point, trying to push it down the start-finish straight. There's no point going for a move there because I wasn't quite close enough or alongside, so that would have been a little bit foolish, but it was worth just a little bit of a tap to get moving along a little bit. But again, we're just kind of in status quo here, where no one's really making too much of a move and positions aren't changing too frantically in front. So yeah, it's difficult to see if there's going to be any opportunities from now until the checkered flag. So I've skipped forward here to the last lap, and this is the last time around Garda. Nothing much really happened. So it was kind of uneventful in the end. For me, not too many overtakes. I tried to slipstream Amy across the finish line, but it wasn't to be. I don't think she had any idea that I was as close as I was, but yeah, maybe I should have made my presence known. But yeah, there we go. End of my first B final in the Club 100 Lightweight Sprint Championships. Really happy to have made it into the B final for a start, starting 19th and actually ending up 17th in the end. So it's always good to make up positions in the final, especially on your first appearance in the Bs. It could have been better, obviously. It can always be better. But yeah, I left Buckmore really happy, leaving with a B final under my belt, and yeah, making progress, getting kind of confident with the karts and finding a little bit of extra speed here and there. So next up will be around at Rye House. I haven't been to Rye House since 2007, I think, when I last did an endurance race there. So it'll be interesting to see if I've got any pace at all there. We'll see what happens. But yeah, thanks again for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed it. And please like, comment and subscribe if you did. And yeah, please join me again next time for another installment of Bryn's Karting Adventures. Cheers and see you next time.